This episode is sponsored by Mount Everest. Thanks, Mount Everest.
Take that one.
I don't know if you said Everest right.
This episode is sponsored by Mount Everest. Thanks, Mount Everest.
Welcome back to another episode of Hold Your Horses, Idioms for Idiots. Kick back and relax as the three idiot horsemen dialogue, debate, digress, and delve deep into the mysteries of our ridiculous language and its many idioms. We'll get to the bottom of these fabulous phrases before the cows come home. So saddle up, sit back, and let's ride.
Oh,
Go
man,
ahead. I'll be focused on
That's
you.
a great intro.
Yeah, that
Just
is nice.
the pop, snackle, crack. Oh, wow. I don't know. The bathroom's outside, Trev.
Keep going.
Okay.
It's called a cold start.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. Miracle of miracles. We got three idiots in one room under the same shack. It survived the summer. We survived the summer. Who knows when you'll be hearing this? We have a propensity to release things months.
It's okay, yeah.
We probably shouldn't date this.
I talked to someone and they said the last episode we released, we were talking about it snowing outside.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
But it was in May.
It was.
Yeah,
It was a late
we recorded
storm.
in May, and it was May like the 4th or the 5th or something.
May the 4th.
May the 4th, and it was like snowing,
Yeah.
and it was crazy.
I remember that
Yeah.
because our studio, our network had flown us out to
That's right.
Colorado.
Wichita, Colorado.
For
That's right.
Yeah.
No, we've never done anything but this sad little shack, and it works.
I think it's a great...
No, the delayed
works.
release time.
Great
I was
spot.
getting into it. That May
Build the hype.
May 4th, beginning of May was like, you know, us in education,
Sure.
we could see the light at the end of the tunnel. We could just
called
feel
June
the
7th.
summer breeze. And so I had a lot to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
He
summer.
was the keynote speaker.
Oh, that's
a
right.
big
That's right.
responsibility.
That's right. And then I had the Scotland trip. I had the school thing. I had the speech. So there were a lot of things I needed to get
Sure.
through.
Yeah.
Right.
Priorities.
And then once I got through it, then I was just like, you know, I'm in summer mode. I'm not gonna.
And what Travis
and-
is trying to say,
Sure.
dear listener,
No.
is that he does love you.
I do. I
but
really do.
not as much as those 12 things he just listed off.
But in order for
Right.
me to give the best version of
Yeah,
myself
you needed 3 months off.
to you, I needed 3 months off.
Were you pointing at Thomas or the camera?
listener.
Oh,
The viewer.
The viewer, listener.
hopefully
the
they-
listener.
You know
Hopefully they
who
cut
you
to
are.
that screen.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's gonna
We'll
be a
see
great
what the
cut.
what the editor
Let's see
does.
what our editor has.
Yeah, that's-
So, anyways, we are done with our summer hiatus. We're back to real life, and you know what that means? You need some humor in your life.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
you need some educated humor, some informative humor,
Wow.
Some-
Info humor.
humor that tickles the brain.
There it is.
There it is. Good.
Yeah.
Good save.
So that's my explanation.
I love
All
it.
right.
Very
Yeah.
good.
And I was busy with mini golf, so I couldn't have done much. Had
No,
to get that going.
It's hard.
Mini
up
golf's
there.
only open weekends now,
stress,
so
lot
we
of stress.
are good to go. And it's cooling down. I would not want to be in the shed.
Absolutely not.
during
I
the
don't
summer.
think we could have.
I mean,
No,
even
it
now
would've
we have
been
the
rough.
door
The
open.
door's
Wide
wide
open.
open.
It is still warm, but
Pan
it's
to the door. Pan to the door.
Yeah,
Maybe there's an angle. Mike.
it's
Tom,
it's
yeah.
just an open door.
That's just a shed
So
door.
if you're just tuning in for the first time, wow,
Yeah,
how the
where-
heck did you find us?
Where have you been?
And go back and listen to the first one
missed
and
you.
follow up. And
First one?
for our
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
a catalog.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Go
what are we at?
through
What
it.
are we at?
This will
Is
be
it what season
episode
are we in?
40. It's still season 4.
Okay.
We'll
Whoa,
get there.
okay.
But episode, it's either like
30 something.
late
30s.
late 30s,
Speaking
early
of late
40s.
Speaking of
30s.
late 30s,
I am still in my late 30s
That's
as of
right.
the recording
2
of
more
this
days.
episode.
2 more days.
And I'm hopeful that in the next episode you'll get a lot more wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Because from what I hear, the 40s is
they are just the
steeped
best.
in wisdom.
Oh,
I mean, if
should
you've been paying
hear-
attention to any of Tom's comments for the last few seasons, you'll
it
know
worked for him.
It
they're
did.
a
Yeah.
lot deeper.
I hope to do a great one on our 43rd episode, which is what I will be in about
a
2
couple
weeks.
Very good.
So
It's true.
I think it was July 19th. I
now,
turned
what's
31.
the address most of our fans send gifts to? Was that? Do we list that after?
My personal home address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just wasn't sure if we.
How
Just-
I get
works.
all the
Okay, all the-
knitted socks
Yeah.
and gingerbread
From my mom.
cookies.
That one listener from India sent you a little jar of curry.
Yep.
That was
Japan.
nice.
We've got some. Yeah. It's really catching on in the emerging English-speaking learning countries.
I think people
Yes.
are Googling like learning
Idioms.
American idioms, and we're right up there.
We're right up top at the
2
algorithm.
or 3.
That's right.
Just need a few more pushes over the edge.
Just a few.
It'll
And
all be over.
You could help with that, listener. Not that we do it for the listens. It's mostly just to get together with you two. Am I right?
That's
the
right,
best.
yeah. Guys?
We love it.
Yeah. We love spending time together.
Yeah, super late.
Middle
Nowhere-
of the school week, nothing better.
Nowhere I'd rather be.
Oh, it's a Tuesday night. That's crazy.
That Thomas has no
I
concept
don't
of time.
think of things.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's just not just a perpetual weekend for the rest of eternity. Golly.
Oh, well.
No, that
Molly.
mindset's behind me. That was June, July,
Yeah.
and
No.
some of August.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit, but
Just a little
no.
Now it's time to get back to the hard work.
Yeah.
Do what we set out to do from the very beginning. I've always said this.
Yep.
We have a goal. We have a target. There are people out there, us included, who say these things. We say them. You know you do.
Yeah.
And we don't even know where they came from.
Or what they mean.
And it's a travesty.
And you're just
And it's a Travis.
saying it.
Yep.
It's Travis T.
Travis T. Bainbridge.
That's right.
That's what I always
Wouldn't
say.
you want to know?
You do want to know, and that's why you're here. It's not
Why?
It's not just
Yeah.
for the fun and the whimsy
No.
and the off-colored jokes.
There's plenty of it.
And that's why
and
we're
there's
here.
plenty to go around,
Yeah.
but it's not just for that.
But stick around to the end because you're gonna learn. We're gonna learn something. I know
Together.
that because I'll tell you right now, the idiom I'm about to share. I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Oh, I like
I
that.
thought you
where
didn't
it
know
came
which
from.
idiom you
Oh
were
no,
gonna
I know
share.
the idiom.
Okay, got
But
it.
before we do that, because I think I'll start this tonight's episode. I've been in education since I was 5. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'm pretty much an expert at this point. I've been doing it for 35 years or so.
That's true.
But before that, I actually I didn't always want to be a teacher. Did you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
Be a lawyer.
I thought you wanted
No.
to.
Well, yeah,
always-
but before that, I actually always wanted to be a plumber.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you guys know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did it. It turns out it was a bit of a pipe dream.
Very good. Okay, because I was gonna say, like, I think that's worthy. Like, that's a good
It's a noble
aspiration.
career.
Yeah.
No,
But
yeah, there's
the
nothing. No,
trades.
we're not making
No.
fun of it.
No.
I don't think Travis caught it, so I'll
No,
say it one more
but-
time. It was a bit of a pipe dream
Right.
Mario
to be a plumber.
pipes.
Mhm.
Plumber.
That's his idiom.
Plumbing.
Plumber. They work with pipes.
And,
Got
I
it.
mean, he had the crack for it. I mean, I can speak from experience.
a crack pipe.
No.
It's not a
Oh,
drug
the plumber
reference.
crack.
It's
I
the,
was
it's a
thinking of the other pipe.
Yeah, well.
Oh, you
okay.
anatomical.
This
Okay.
is a kid's show,
Kid
so let's
friendly.
try to keep it.
Kids listen to this?
I mean, I think Dan's kids have.
Well, they should listen more. I mean,
No.
again, it's not about the numbers.
No.
Um,
So that's the idiom is
pipe
pipe
dream.
dream.
Pipe.
Mm.
You hear it said, it's like it's something that's just out of reach. It's not
Yeah.
reality. It's a fanciful hope
Yeah.
that's not grounded in truth.
Fanciful, yeah.
And it's like, you would hear somebody say, yeah, sure, I'd love to win the lottery, but that's a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have bigger pipes for my septic system.
And some of them can be true,
Yeah.
come true.
I'd
Yeah.
love to own a mini golf.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a photography teacher.
Right.
Like,
Those are pipe
you
dreams.
can't do that.
Not
That's
just your
too
average.
far
Everyone.
off.
Right.
That's way up.
Yeah.
I'd
Thanks
love
for
to have a bigger
being a
shed.
history teacher. Sure.
I'd love to have 2 different co-hosts. There's just things.
Oh,
Right.
that
that
we
you-
always think.
Right. I think we each individually
We
think
probably
that.
each had that
I've
thought.
always thought those things.
So
Pipe dream. I love it. That's amazing because I wrote down when you told me that's what your idiom was. I wrote a boy wanting to become a plumber. That was all I could.
wow.
That's all
Just
I had.
imagine
he had
a little
pipe
boy
A little boy that had pipe dreams,
with a cartoon bubble.
playing with Tinker
Little-
toys, and
Okay.
Mario.
Okay.
or the marble tubes, where they roll down,
Oh.
kind of putting stuff together and go.
Yeah.
I wonder, after I flush the toilet,
Mhm.
where are things, and
So-
just kind of the thought process.
As
Yeah,
a history
yeah.
teacher, I'm recalling the story of Timmy McMinster.
Mm-hmm.
And
As
this is,
we all do
class-
at one
I-
point in our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Timmy McMinster
yeah.
lived in the Appalachian Mountains in early 1800s.
1800s, I was going to say. Early, but not late.
Way, deep in the heart of the Appalachian. This is, we're talking. We're talking
It's
banjos. We're
straight
talking
Moonshine.
We're talking moonshine.
Apple orchards.
Yep. Anything else?
No.
Trees, birds in the air. Are we just listing?
There's a really
You're
good
painting
movie
a picture
that takes place in the Appalachian Mountains. I won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, Timmy had high aspirations of becoming a someone who was learned. He couldn't read, couldn't write.
I like that.
No
learned.
reading, no writing.
A learned man.
Wanted to be a learned man.
Yeah.
But his dad, was hard on him, and he had to work the farm up in the hills or the moonshine.
Right.
It's a legend.
It's not going to make itself.
But there was a schoolhouse, 12 miles away, and he would hike once a week. He'd get to go out there, and the teacher was it's a grizzly bear. And,
wow.
I know.
Was it uphill both ways?
It was uphill because he had different houses. He was always climbing.
Is this a song? Is this are these lyrics?
Is this a Davy
that what you're saying right now?
story? Or
Anyway, one of the neighbors in the the greater woods didn't know that was the teacher. He was out for a walk and he shot that grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Timmy, that was the only education really he knew.
Who was the schoolmaster?
He'd wrestle that bear and just learn
a lot
things. Well, he learned something. I'm sure he learned something.
Yeah.
So
how to dodge a paw.
So Timmy went home and he was down. He was down on his luck.
Down in the dumps.
In the dumps. Interesting.
That's another one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
And so that was not that hard. A few months later, he got word from his one of the neighbor boys that lived a few ridges over. Hey, there's a new teacher at the schoolhouse. And so
can't wait to hear his name. Yeah.
And so, his name, it's probably I don't know. I'm just trying to look at some of my notes from doing this. It's like Jimmy McBucklegee.
Was this a fourth grade history class, or how long ago do you think?
When did I learn this?
Yeah.
This was when I was homeschooled.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Anyway,
that explains
it. Timmy heads on over there and he sees it's the most beautiful sight he's ever seen. It's this woman teacher, Miss Malagalini, and she's she's from the city and she's out here to learn them.
A learned woman.
Learned. She's
hard to come by.
Beautiful, and he's thrilled. And she's telling them first day
back in that time
all about just the city and electricity and
electricity, not electricity.
That's what he's saying. I'm kind of getting into character.
Yeah,
electricity. He's going home and tell him like, Papa, you'll never believe it. And then running water.
That was an Indian name.
Running water. Chief Running Water. And then she's talking about all the pipes and that run the water into the homes just with the turn of a little knob.
Yeah.
And all that night
Now I'll let you finish because there's a lot of questions that have come up from this.
Well, he had his first pipe dream.
Yeah.
And it was about having running water.
Okay. And Mrs. McGonagall or whoever,
was she attractive?
So she was in the city in the early 1800s. This must be like a song or something because I am not.
No, it's all right.
I'm not on it. Right. I do not understand what is going on. No. The timeline and the whole.
And that might be blurry. But there was a time.
Public sewage and stuff. I didn't know that.
That the Romans had public sewage.
I just did. Okay.
In BC.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
That's a good point.
So there you go.
So that's a real historical thing that you just said.
Yeah, it's loosely based on a young boy who had a dream about running water in his house. And a pipe dream was kind of something like someday we'll have running water and electricity.
Okay.
Electricity.
Travis loves it when I say
he got over the previous schoolmaster being
grizzly bear
gunned down in cold blood. We're just gonna gloss over that part. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different idiom that we'll get into later.
Okay.
So that was my
he had a literal dream.
That was
about
your first
pipes.
Yeah. pipes,
And then
running water.
he told Dad I had a pipe dream last night, and then that kind of spread around. He's like, "Oh, son, we'll running water in our house." And then, less than a century later, not his house, not his neighbors, but there were houses in the general area that got running water.
Yeah.
That house still doesn't have running water.
No. And what's his name? Timmy
Timmerton.
Tim
Yeah.
Timmyton.
Right.
And what
McGillicuddy.
did he make of himself? What did
Tim?
Yeah.
He married Miss McGonagall.
Oh. Okay.
Isn't that wild?
And then they went to the city. Is that what
No,
you're
she stayed. She abandoned the hedonistic
Oh, it
ways
wasn't enough
of the
for her,
city,
the pipes and the lights and
she
the...
rejected it.
So he never got
Yeah.
to become a plumber.
That's good. See,
Okay. So should
Yeah.
I
It
just
was a
cut
pipe
to
dream.
what the real?
Yeah, I
like
guess
what
there's a
everyone
moral
probably
and
thinks
lesson in everything, I guess.
right? Oh,
like
So
what it
means
probably
came
what
from?
it probably
costs.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless you know.
Go ahead.
Well,
no, I'll
I
let
just-
you go.
I just picture.
You
this-
said you drew that picture of the little kid dreaming of being a plumber. Is that what you're going into?
No,
or-
I mean Dan already covered that pipe dream.
Oh.
I have another one that is
Okay.
just makes perfect sense
Okay.
because it probably originated in the 60s or 70s. There is
19.
19. Yeah. The phrase, I'm guessing.
The 1760s.
Are we talking about the hippie?
Yep. The hippie's doodling on his desk in class. Guess what he's drawing?
His
A perfect pipe.
Oh.
A wave. Tube.
Okay, good.
He's getting barreled.
Did you
Very
think what I
good.
was thinking?
And he's sitting there ready. All he wants to do, the teacher, Miss McGonagall, is going, hey,
same family.
See how history repeats
continued
itself?
teaching?
Yep. And this was, so,
I wrote that.
hey, snap out of it. And he's looking out. I'm picturing him. He's
Dreams
down
of
at Oceanside.
Pipeline.
He can see the waves, the
barrel.
foam breaking in the distance. And she's like, stop pipe dreaming.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got another
Yeah.
2 hours here.
Can't ride the
Stop
wave.
daydreaming. It's the same thing. You're just
Yeah,
thinking
see, when
about.
you said hippies
a
and a
pipe
kid dreaming
dream.
about pipes, and I'm not going to
Oh,
go.
you
I'll let
went-
the listener fill in.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a certain thing hippies are known for.
That's true.
And I thought you were going there, and I thank you.
Mhm.
I did write in my notes surfing ? Pipeline dreams of barrels, pipes, but I would have thought barrel dreams.
Oh, your toes on
would
mine.
have
But
been
that's more
okay.
shotgunny, hunting. That's more of a hunting dream, I think.
barrels,
Barrel dream.
like a gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're looking down the barrel of a pipe.
It's worth throwing out there tunnel vision, perhaps.
Pipe, pipe vision.
Yeah, well,
Vision,
you're focused
dream.
on something. Maybe it doesn't line up
Or have you ever
entirely,
looked into a long pipe? What do you see?
I'll imagine it.
It's just a
Yeah.
dark hole.
Depends if it's PVC pipe and it's a sunny day and the
I'm talking about into the ground. It's
into
just
the
a
ground.
dark,
Okay.
unattainable almost. Like
I've gone into
where
a
does
few
it go? I
dark
don't know.
places with you, and you said this place is really cool, and we go into the earth.
Yeah.
They're not pipes, though.
Not a pipe.
No, but it's nature's
dark.
pipe.
It is.
Oh.
So
You could picture something that's like unattainable. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how far down it is. Just
it's
a dark
so
depth.
far away. It's
Like a
dark.
pipe well. Like a well pipe.
I don't think either of those are
Okay.
things people say.
Okay.
But I thought of some other times pipe is used, and maybe that'll help us flesh this out.
Tobacco
a little bit.
pipes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's used.
Yep. Right before you go to sleep, you're out on the rocking porch, out on the
And you're
rocking
just
chair,
having some Gandalfian little.
Yeah.
just thinking about
Frodo,
what.
when I was thinking
You're
about
80
the
years
Shire.
old and you're thinking about all the missed opportunities, all the things you wish you would have
You
done.
smoked them away
You just
They're-
vanish like smoke,
like dust in the wind,
Like
like
pipe.
a vapor.
like a pipe
Yeah.
bowl.
Okay. So your pipe dreams were dreams that could have happened, but you're old. You're smoking your pipe on the porch, rocking on.
Or they did happen and they're good memories and you just reflect on them
You
fondly.
reflect. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. You dream of
I
times
remember
past.
when I
Sucking down
killed
on
the
your pipe.
Balrog.
But he thought he killed me.
Okay.
I dropped to the depths of the earth
Smote him.
and smout his ruins upon the
Oh,
mountain.
whoa. Pipe down. Pipe down.
Ooh,
Okay, but then, hey,
this is piping hot.
piping hot. This is interesting.
Pippin.
When
Merry.
you tell people to be quiet, you tell them you need to pipe down.
Yep.
But hey,
Ooh, I like
he really
that.
piped up. So
I've heard
right?
pipe down.
You've never heard piped up?
No,
You should have piped up.
no.
Yeah, like
that's
like
not.
spoken.
Like pipe up.
Say something.
Pipe up next time. It's a thing.
Called pipette.
So there's piping up and there's piping down. There's Pied Pipers. There's stove pipes, tobacco pipes. Things are piping hot.
The piping hot. That's the and pipe down, not pipe up.
I've heard piped up said before.
You should have corrected that person.
No. Yeah, well, you never piped up. I know that's a thing.
You should have piped up a bit more.
I've heard it.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Those are things that have pipes in them. What else has pipes?
Copper is a
Chester copper
popular material for plumbing, piping.
Yep.
PEX.
What about an organ? Big old organ pipes.
The pipes
letting
of the organ.
The sound escape.
Pipe
Like
watching an organ player is pretty
dreamy.
If they're
the
good,
sound, but like
they're usually
what they
dark
do,
and evil sounds.
Pulling the.
Amanda and I, when we were just to toot my own horn or toot my own pipe, we were in France and we walked into this. We got kind of lost in this little town. We saw this cool steeple.
The Louvre.
Was it Nice?
Over. No.
It's Italy. Sorry.
Was it nice?
And we just pulled in and walked into the church, and somebody was up on the organ playing, like, if I knew, it was probably Beethoven's 13th. It was gorgeous. Okay, so we have surfing, we have McGillicuddy, and we also have the plumber, the dreams of becoming a plumber.
Yeah. The basic ones. Has Trav offered anything, or is he just kind of...
No.
Very rarely. He'll throw
Remember
a
I
date
said
out here
something
later.
about tunnel vision, but a pipe dream. Yes, we know what it is. It's something unattainable, or maybe it was something that you lived out.
Yeah, I think it could have been something from the past, but you can't get there again.
Yeah,
like
traditionally it's
over.
A pipe dream. It's
something like, I wish I could go back and surf, but I can't because I'm old. And
I do like that.
I know it sounds
that
right.
bit about it's. You can't reach it. You can't get in there. But
so you don't think it's reflective. It's not like. I feel like it's something. It's not Gandalf sitting going like, my old pipe dreams of things I used to do.
No, these are things
you've never done and you will not do.
Unaccomplished.
Okay.
These are unaccomplished, and so.
But like us getting to a million listeners, getting to
or
45 listeners. Would you say those are pipe dreams?
With that attitude, yeah,
okay.
I think it is.
Okay,
yep.
Perfect.
But I think they can be attainable, but maybe not at that moment. Like the kid at his desk.
See, that's what we need. Yeah.
The kid at his desk knows after school's out, I might get this pipe dream. But I'm wanting it now, and like I gotta wait.
Sit down, Jimmy. School's till 3.
Cut your hair.
Your pipe dream.
You know.
Quit
slouching
around with your pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't.
That guy's got some pipes.
I don't
Somebody
know.
with a good voice.
Yeah.
So maybe a pipe dream is like, I wish I could just sing
Frank
really
Sinatra.
good.
Everyone's like, I wish I had his pipes. I'm dreaming of fame and
I've
glory.
got the world on a string, and everyone's like, yeah, look at those pipes. And you're like, you'll never be like Sinatra. That's a pipe dream.
Well, the Pied Piper, he's doing a lot of pipe.
Terrifying. That's like an early
I think the Piper
child abduction story.
No, I think it was for
the
rats.
rats and the stuff. It's a rat abduction.
I thought the kids follow him too.
No, you're thinking of Candyman from.
No.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh my gosh, that's horrifying.
So the Pied Piper comes in and the rats follow him out of town?
He tries to get him out of town. He's kind of like St. Patrick's.
He was hired
for Ireland.
For the rats.
He played and he got them all the rats out of the town.
He knew their favorite songs.
Is this like bubonic plague time?
Yeah, probably.
Good for him.
Because the rats aren't good.
But like he took them and they were all his pets.
He's like a jester, a singer, a musician.
Pipe. He plays a flute.
A flautist, yeah.
Like
tooted the flute. Try to toot.
What's the guy in the hoofs?
Tootly doo. From Hook?
No, hoofs.
A guy with hooves?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tumnus. Yeah, you like that.
He just likes saying
that was a nickname, Tumnus, for me for a while.
I remember.
I don't know. I like that.
We'll bring it back.
I like that a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, hosting tonight's podcast, Travis Bainbridge.
But
Mr. Tumnus Atkins.
Yeah, I like the Mr.
Tumnus
part.
Atkins, yeah. It's really close. I don't think a time period, a profession.
Okay. I'm saying 70s.
Okay, you think it's 70s,
60s, 70s.
Beach.
Yeah.
Ish. Okay.
Actual
Appalachia, dreaming of the city,
back to Timmy McGillicuddy.
Oh, wow.
Sewage.
What era?
18. 18.
I was gonna say they didn't even have moonshine in.
A pipe dream. I don't think it's pipes.
You
right.
wander
any
into,
drug paraphernalia,
a cigar
any tobacco,
store,
any nicotine.
and there on the mantle is the ivory pipe.
Oh yeah,
I bet
the Meerschaum pipe or whatever.
Smoke out of it.
Well, depending on what's in that, you could have some crazy hallucination / dreams.
Oh, maybe some of the like peyote. Maybe they had some crazy pipe dreams.
Pipe dream.
You pass around the peace pipe.
Yeah. That's mine. I'll take it.
And you're not used to it.
I'm thinking opium.
And you wake up the next morning, you're like,
pipes. Like
I had this dream that I was like flying like an eagle.
Like my teacher was a grizzly bear. You know, like crazy weird stories.
That's a pipe dream,
But
Tommy.
you actually wrote that down, so that just came from your brain.
That's a freaking pipe dream.
I've heard ayahuasca is like, don't mess with it.
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, ayahuasca.
What is that?
It's like it's similar. It's like a drug.
Is it a mushroom?
I don't.
Is
it a mushroom? I think you ingest it. You drink it.
Did you hear about that pilot that took mushrooms? And
he's flying a plane?
He was flying a plane. He took mushrooms like 2 nights before, and he had this rare reaction where it stays in his system for like 4 days. And he thought the whole thing was a dream, and he couldn't get out of it. And he went to pull the 2 levers that shut the engines down, and like 2 other pilots grabbed him.
Yeah, he had a co-pilot. Okay, good.
Yeah, he got a co-pilot.
But he's charged with like 92 counts of like involuntary manslaughter.
Every person on the plane. Involuntary.
As he should be.
Yeah, or maybe voluntary.
No.
Maybe hallucinatory.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a pipe dream.
It was a plane dream.
Maybe that was he was in a pipe dream.
Plain as day.
You know what? I will.
Do it.
I will say that it has something to do with a pipe.
Okay.
I'll walk it back a little bit. Sure, okay.
A little bit. You mean completely? Well, first of all, I know it has nothing to do with a real pipe.
Exactly.
You know what, though? Actually, now that I have said nothing, but I've stolen
from what I've heard.
Ideas,
just for the sake of
here.
For the sake of variety.
Sure.
You say
we gotta have
he says another. I'll say
answers.
this. Okay.
Potatoes.
So what era you thinking?
Let's say mid to late 1800s, whenever.
Circa.
Native American. They had the longer pipes.
They did.
But those are for peace.
But peace pipes, not dreams.
That's right before they buried the hatchet.
But they had dream makers. So maybe
dream catchers.
Dream catchers.
Yeah. But the pipes probably, the smoke blew into them.
Maybe.
Pipe dream, and then the catchers.
They caught the pipe dream in the dream catcher.
Did anyone? I've used this a lot. I've heard it used.
Yeah.
Did anyone?
You have had a lot of pipe dreams.
A lot of people have told you that.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Well, Travis. The whole teacher thing,
Right.
Like, that's a pipe dream. And I'm like, I'll show you.
You'll
show
never
you.
become a teacher.
Marrying hope.
Oh, no. Did it. Yeah, done.
Done.
You'll never get married. You'll never get married. You're not good enough for this family. Don't even think about hanging out with me or starting a podcast with me.
Yeah, you have had a lot.
He has a list of pipe dreams on his door, and they're just
got one,
got it,
got another. Yeah.
You're making
glass ceilings,
making pipe dreams a reality.
That's right.
What's that?
Making pipe dreams a reality.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
One pipe at a time.
Dang it! I had something to
Pipes.
say.
Dreams. You had dreams.
Okay, yeah.
Your dreams are dead.
Did anyone hear this and you're like, I know exactly what that is, or like where it came from?
I just assumed it's California surf slang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I had to do some
that plumber joke that I thought of
searching.
That I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And that kind of hung out there for a while.
Yeah.
You did.
And then I listed words that had pipe in it.
You did.
and that was it.
But I remembered the story of McGillicuddy and the
That's
grizzly
crazy.
bear.
So mom taught you that when you were homeschooled?
I think probably Rhea Berg.
Yeah, that sounds like a Rhea story. One of her beautiful foot.
It was beautiful. It was like one of the hand drawn like Lincoln.
Like
there was
Leif,
like Lincoln,
Erickson.
Washington, Leif Erikson, and then there was like Timmy McGillicuddy
with the bear for a teacher.
Bear for a teacher. Classic.
Yeah. So
is it in our book?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're choosing ones that are in the book.
Yeah. Mine are so good, and
yours
are
so good, but they're not in the book. And then there's not a reliable source. I know, but yeah,
but people are going to weigh in, and they're fun to talk about.
They love the book.
We'll talk about them.
I don't think they care about the book. They just want the truth.
So yeah, we're gonna dive into the origin.
So let's just dive into the meaning first. Let's set the context here, make sure we're all on the same page. It's an unrealistic hope or plan, a fantasy, if you will.
A fanciful fantasy.
Here's
like Fancy Nancy.
Here's using it in a sentence.
I don't know her.
I always wanted a house in the Bahamas, but deep down I knew it was just a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm.
Pipe dreams refers to the dreams experienced by Margaret Thatcher.
Is it easy?
Did you get it right?
Smokers of opium.
I said opium.
Pipes.
No.
You and me.
Well, you went.
Maybe you.
I feel like I was involved.
Keep going.
Check the take.
Yeah.
Opium is a narcotic drug. Check. That produces an analgesic and hypnotic effect.
It's analgesic.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
It's analgesic.
Because there's other ways you can pronounce that are real dicey. I'll spell it. ANALGSIC.
Okay.
All right.
I
get it. The pipe is the device that the opium is Okay. And the vapors are inhaled by smoking. Check.
Yeah.
People under the influence of opium often have vivid and fantastic hallucinations. Oh, this is the Cheshire Cat.
Mm-hmm.
This is Alice in Wonderland.
The
whole story
time
is a pipe dream.
Oh yeah.
This is dreams within a dream.
The expression has been used in America since the late 1880s since the late 1800s when opium smoking was legal.
Oh yeah.
And we're trying to bring it back.
Late 1800s, you said?
California, bring it all back, make everything legal.
Late 1800s?
I disagree, but that's late 1800s. Yeah. The phrase was first written in a figurative sense in a December 1890 edition of the Chicago Daily Tribune, referring to man-made flight. 1800s. It's been regarded as a pipe dream for a good many years.
Man wanted to fly?
Yep, that was a pipe dream.
Wright brothers.
Because guys who were on the opium were flying. They were high as a kite.
Yeah.
They were literally flying.
But did they ever talk about their dreams?
The pipe guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, in their little opium dens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kept, like, if I keep doing
it's
this...
also secondhand smoke as well.
Sure, you can't escape
I don't know if opium...
That's a good point.
I don't know how it works.
It's good that you don't know, Tom.
It's good.
I don't think it's like a vapor.
Do you know where opium comes from?
The poppy seed.
Good.
I used to eat
Did you know that
by the droves.
Muffins? Yeah.
China went to war over trying to keep opium out of their country, and Britain forced them to buy opium from India.
Classic
imperialists. Called the
imperialists.
Opium Wars.
Yeah.
That was what the war was about. They forced
Do you guys
them
touch on that in
buy
history?
A little bit.
Okay, yeah.
They forced them to
because
after they lost the war. They said, "You will buy our opium."
Oh wow! Yeah.
And that's where the drug wars started.
And that's where the pipe dreams happened.
Another example
Saga.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay,
We danced around it.
We danced.
We were dancing.
We
were
dabbled.
Bobbing,
we
weaving.
dipped.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't clear.
It wasn't.
Could have been a few things.
Could have been, but it's very
like
clear
literal
now.
pipe. Yeah.
The haze from the pipe, the smoky vapor has cleared, and you, or whether you're driving or you're walking or you're just sitting down or you're sleeping, we hope you have a good little pipe dream tonight.
Yeah.
The sweet, sweet pipe dreams.
Well, yeah.
We all have our.
But we also want you to attain them.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. So when someone, when you confide in someone and you voice kind of your aspirations in life, and they try to shoot you down or put you down and say that's just a pipe
smoking
dream.
Opium.
You can say, hey, I know this really good podcast.
Yeah.
Listen to it, episode, whatever it is, but also I don't appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I am going to prove you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little chip on your shoulder,
and
then you just walk through life.
Mm-hmm. And we've done chip on your shoulder.
With your head
wrong. But
high
that's interesting. Like, that, you're not going to be a millionaire. That's a drug dream. You're just
That's an opium-induced hallucinatory effect. That's what you could say.
It's not
and
real.
Yet so many people are millionaires.
Yeah,
and probably on opium. Yeah.
Once you get to millionaire status, then you have your pipe dreams.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Boy.
So
nailed
thanks
it.
for that.
Wasn't that fun?
That was interesting. I learned something.
Memory lane.
Gosh. You know?
I don't learn a lot of things anymore at my age.
No, I know most things.
I'm almost
40.
40.
Yeah, 43.
Very
it's
little
What's the last thing you learned, Tom?
Besides grizzly bears can teach kids.
That's good. That's good.
How would you know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just assumed that they ate children, and that was riveting.
But there's more. Don't
Times
judge
have
a book
changed. Times have
by its
changed.
cover.
Don't judge a grizzly by its fur.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to find that one for my kids.
Don't judge a grizzly by how it mauls a man to death.
Well, Dan, do you want to close us out here?
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you to listener number 273 for your beautiful comments on our Instagram.
200.
We have numbers.
Yeah,
each listener.
Good. That's a good number. Sweet.
I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I hope you're seeing, hey man, I know they took a little break, and I didn't know if they were gonna come back, and I had this little pipe dream that maybe they would, and here we are. We're gonna drop episodes on the weekly,
and I'm
for
so
at
glad
least a couple
they're
weeks.
back. That's what they're saying. Yeah.
So at least till the next season.
Safe travels, bon voyage, and good night.
Good night.
Signing off.
Hold your horses.
Nice. Okay, cut.